Welcome to the Fronius webinar. I hope you all can hear me clearly and you see the presentation. Could you please click the raise hands button if you can hear me? Thanks Jens, thanks Jaco, thanks everyone who raised their hands. Thank you very much. So I will jump into the webinar directly then. I'm Vinod from Fronius Denmark. Today I'm going to introduce the new e-mobility solution from Fronius, the Fronius Wattpilot. We have basically two options or two products here. One is for mobile and is for other is for the stationary solution for charging your electric vehicle at most cost efficient way. If you have any questions, please feel free to type in the chat function. I will try to answer as much as possible after the webinar, but of course this is very new product. I might need more help from the expert to answer your questions. I will take the questions anyway with me, and then I will write back to you with the answers in case if I'm not able to answer you now. Even I do have many more questions here because it's very brand new product and which is not even in the market yet. Still, I will do my best. Yeah. So what is the agenda today is about the Fronius Wattpilot basic variants. We'll see the basic variants Go, Fronius Wattpilot Go and Fronius Wattpilot Home, and then we'll see the functions in the Fronius Wattpilot like surplus, PV surplus, and flexible energy tariff function. And there is this standalone app and the accessories where you can use. There are multiple accessories available apart from the standard delivery, and also there is an app, special app for this Fronius Wattpilot. Which is not only for viewing, but also it can control many things. We'll see one by one. And then the Fronius Wattpilot charging modes. There are two modes basically, like eco mode and next trip mode. We'll see what are they. And then we see the availability and timeline for this product. So Fronius Wattpilot basic variants. As I said, there are two products. You can see clearly in the picture. On the left side, we have this Wattpilot Go, and the other one is Wattpilot Home. The name itself is very clear. The Wattpilot Go is the one which you can carry with you in the car. You can take with you whenever you go, wherever you go, you can use this. And the Wattpilot Home is more like a stationary one, where it can be installed in your office or home, wherever you wanted to install it. And then if you see, the Go has a red plug, and then the Home has the cables, 5 cables for the AC connection. You can power supply it. Of course, you can charge. Both has same features and functionality apart from the installation and the purpose of the use. They both are technically the same. But inside the Wattpilot, there are many other variants are available. For example, Wattpilot Go is available in 2 different types, like Wattpilot Go 11J and Wattpilot Go 22J. And 11 and 22, they are basically meaning the maximum charging power of the Wattpilot. And then the J stands for the jack. So in front of the Wattpilot, you have the possibility to connect the Type 2 jack and connect the car with the charging station. And then the Wattpilot Home, it's only possible to have 11 kilowatt variant, so which is called Home 11J. And then the AC connection type for the different Wattpilot variants are mentioned here, but all of them are like CEE. But for 11 kilowatt, the 11J is 16. We call it C16 CEE 16 plug, red with 5 pin, including the neutral pin. And for the Wattpilot Go 22J, which is 22 kilowatt maximum charging power, there we have the CEE 32 plug. And also the 11 Home, the Home 11J is the same, but it has this three phase pins there, and the cable is 2 meter length. Of course, it is possible to buy bigger or longer cable. That's in the accessories available for you for both the variants. And the nominal current it's from 6 amps to 16 amps for the 11 kilowatt version, both home and go version. But for 22J, Fronius Wattpilot Go 22J, it's from 6 amps to 32 amps. It's quite double the amperage when compared to the 11 kilowatt version. Of course, it's 22 kilowatt and the basic Go version is 11 kilowatt. But all of them are possible to charge from one phase to three phase. So it depends on the availability of the energy and also the charging capacity of your car. There are a lot of many other things which limit the charging power. We'll see in the next slide. For example, there are many factors which can limit the charging power. So it's not only the Wattpilot decides, it's also the supply line of your house connection, for example, the fuse protection at your place. So it decides the charging power, maximum charging power. And then the Wattpilot itself, of course, the 11 kilowatt version can charge only maximum up to 11 kilowatt and up to 16 amps. And the other variants are like a type 2 charging cable. This decides, and there is an onboard car charger in your car. So each car manufacturer has a different onboard car charger, and based on the limitations of your car charger, the charging power is also decided. So the charging cable is one is operated at 16 amps and the other is operated at 32 amps. So it depends on this charging power. Maximum charging is depends on this type of the type 2 charging cable. And also, for example, if your car has a single phase option on the onboard car charger, then there is no point, even if you use a 22 kilowatt charging device like 22 kilowatt 22J Fronius Wattpilot Go 22J, there is no point because your car can have only one phase charging, and also maximum charging power is limited to the basically it's limited to a level where you don't need actually the Fronius Wattpilot 22J. So the weakest link in the chain is always the decision maker here. So make sure which type you are buying for. It also depends on the cable and onboard charger and also the fuse protection at the site, installation site. Let's say it like that. So what can you expect from Fronius when we say we are selling or we are delivering Fronius Wattpilot Go or Wattpilot Home? Basically, for the home, there will be a mounting bracket, including the screws and dowels, and then the Wattpilot Go or Home, because of course you can have this home mounted in the wall bracket. It's a small bracket where you can hook on the device, so it is possible to hook on the Go as well. Of course, if you want, you can buy an additional mounting bracket, which is possible, and you can have it at your office or a summer house, for example, anywhere. Then you can whenever you go there, you can hang on the device. And there is a micro fuse available delivered. Please use only the original micro fuse, and in case if you want additional, please contact us. At this point, I don't know any of the I don't know the item number or how much. I don't know the price or anything. So please, for these details, you have to contact your sales partner. Where to order, when to order. I will come back to that later. And then the metal bracket is supplied for the theft protection. So only the bracket, so no padlock. You have to use your own. And then the RFID reset card, which is very important, because if you want to reset the settings of your device, Wattpilot device, you have to use this RFID reset card. And also you just, when you put this card in front of the device, it will reset. Of course, you need this card for commissioning the device, and this card has the password for the Wi-Fi access point. So whenever you touch this card, whenever you supply the device an AC power, it will start, and then you can connect to your laptop or smartphone, then you can commission it. Of course, there will be a detailed instruction for commissioning is available in the quick start guide, and also there will be an installation manual, and of course there will be another webinar for detailed commissioning for the commissioning and about the app. I said that there is a separate app for this, so there will be another webinar where we explain more in detail about installation and commissioning and the features. And then there is the ID chip, the blue color RFID tag. Again, it's an RFID tag. You will be supplied with one, but of course you can buy more. For example, you can use up to 10 RFID tags for one Wattpilot, so that you can allow up to 10% to charge from the station. Because whenever, let's say that you install this at your office and then you provide your employees like 10 tags, then they can use this to before they charge, they have to activate this tag so that it opens and charge their car. And also this will store the information how much each person is charging from the station. That's also possible. Well, sorry. Yeah, optional accessories. As said, there is a type 2 cable available for 5 meters. It's for 32 amps, 22 kilowatt. So you can, this is optional, you can buy this. And 10 times the RFID tags, you can buy 10 RFID tags. That's also optional, it's not in the standard delivery. And then you can buy additional mounting plate for your Go device. So whenever, as said, you can install them at your office or at your home, second home or summer house. It's useful. And then the adapter set for the two different devices is available. So for the Go 22, there are different adapter set, CE Red 32, and then from this to CE Red 16 amps, CE Blue, Shuku. Maybe this sounds a little bit weird, but you can see the picture. Those who are familiar with the electric car charging, you can see the picture of the different adapter set here. These are all the converters from one type to other. And for example, for adapters set Go 11, there are different versions because it has to be from CE Red 16 amps. For example, let's say this adapter set, for example, adapter set for 22 kilowatt device, then this is you can connect directly the CE Red 32 amps to the Fronius Wattpilot Go 22J. So you can plug in directly to the socket. What if you find a CE Red 16 amps? Of course, you can use this adapter CE Red 16 amps to Wattpilot 22. So these cables allow you to connect the Fronius Wattpilot Go 22 to your CE Red 16 amp port available in a shopping mall or anywhere. Or for example, if you have in case the CE Blue socket, then you can use the adapter set adapter CE Blue to Wattpilot 22. So this is the converter for the blue CE Blue to the Wattpilot 22. And it's same for the Shuku adapter. So if you have a Shuku socket, then you can use this adapter Shuku to Wattpilot 22. Similarly, it's the same for the adapter set for 11 kilowatt device. So when you have a CE Red 16 amps, you can use directly to this Fronius Wattpilot Go. You can connect the Fronius Wattpilot Go 11 directly to the CE Red 16 amps. But in case if you have, if you find CE Red 32 amps, you have to use this converter adapter set. Yeah, it's more like the for the socket. So for different socket, you can use the different adapter set to connect your Fronius Wattpilot Go. Well, then when we talk about the functions, Fronius Wattpilot function, the basic idea of Fronius Wattpilot is we all want to make sure to charge your car with the cheapest energy possible. And the best way is then to charge it with the locally produced. That's the cheapest and also the environmental friendly way to do it. So Wattpilot is a plug and play type. when you use it to the existing Fronius PV system. For example, if you have a Fronius inverter and a Fronius smart meter available on site, which has to be installed in the feed-in point. Please remember that the Fronius smart meter primary meter always has to be in the feed-in point if you want to use this, because it's more like the battery. So this smart meter tells when I have to charge the car, when I have to supply this Wattpilot Go, if you want to use the excess PV to charge your car. And then if you have all you need is Fronius inverter and the Fronius smart meter, then you can buy your Fronius Wattpilot. Then you can use it together with this combination. The communication between the Wattpilot and the inverter is Wi-Fi. So please make sure that you have good Wi-Fi communication in your garage. Otherwise, please use a repeater, because many times in the past we heard that the smart meter, while commissioning the smart meter, the router is always like 20-30 meters away, or inside a metal room, sometimes, or mostly you won't see the if the router is in the edges, then in the garage you won't get the good Wi-Fi. Then it's always complicated in the past. So please make sure that you have good Wi-Fi connection to the inverter. So in case if you need, please use a repeater so that you get good Wi-Fi connection. Then the communication between the Fronius inverter and the Wattpilot is by the standard Fronius Solar API with the internet connection. You can use Fronius Snap Inverter or Gen 24 together with this Wattpilot. But for other inverter types or other brands, as I said, there are many more questions still open. We will see in the upcoming webinars or in the future. Let's start using this Fronius Wattpilot together with the Fronius inverter, and then we will get the news for how many Wattpilot you can use at one system. This kind of questions to be answered in the upcoming webinars. Not today, but maybe in a couple of weeks. And yeah, it's both for Snappies and also for the Gen 24 new Cymo Gen 24 device. Further features of Wattpilot is like a theft protection. So whenever you connect the Type 2 cable, it cannot be removed. Therefore, it cannot be stolen. How is it possible? Then there is a setting available in the app, Fronius Wattpilot app. You can set it like that, so no one disturbs or no one can remove the Type 2 cable when you turn on this setting, when you turn on the cable lock function. And then there is a phase and voltage test. The input voltage is always checked for each phase, so there won't be any damage to your onboard car charger to your in your electric car if there is a phase is missing or something is wrong. And there is also a fault current protection device included or in the Wattpilot. There is an integrated one. For Wattpilot Go, there is an integrated 30 milliamps AC fault current protection. For both the Go and home devices, we have the 6 milliamps DC. So the DC protection, 6 milliamp DC protection is available in both the variants Go and home. And for the AC, it's only in the Go device it's implemented, the 30 milliamps AC. And of course, this personalized access via the RFID cards is possible, so that you can see the amount of energy charged by each person. It's registered in the RFID card. Charging with Fronius Wattpilot. So what is the best, or what are all the options available? Well, I don't want to, if the customer says I don't want to interfere, I don't want to use any app or anything, I don't want to go make it complex or anything. If someone says like that, well, use it simply charging option. You can charge with the preset current. If you are like you don't have any constraints, like use a cheap charging or use the excess PV to charge this. If you don't want any of this function, you can simply charge. You don't have to worry. You simply charge it with this simply charging function. there is a button for setting the charge current. In front of the Wattpilot, you can see there is a button. By clicking this button, you can set the labels, which means you can set either 10 amps, 16 amps, 20 amps, 24 amps. You can do it like that. And also it can be seen in the LED ring. You can see the amperage. So around the plug, you can see the LED ring will show you how much. When you increase the amps, it will also show. So in this case, in this charging mode, the surplus energy from the PV or flexible electricity tariff, they are not taken into account. So it never worries about how much I'm getting from PV, how much I'm getting from the battery. No, nothing. It will simply charge with the provided or the amperage which you set. And then there is another option which is very useful, is with the variable energy tariff. Remember, this option is at this point it's only available in Germany and Austria. I mean, with the start of sales, it is only possible from Germany and Austria. There you can use based on your electric tariff, you can set up when you want to charge your car. For example, in the app, you can set whenever the electricity price goes like 5 cent, 10 cent, or whenever the electricity price go in the negative, charge my car. You can set up like that. So you can set the electricity price as a threshold for charging your car. But we are working into other areas to get this possible, to get this function possible. And important idea behind the Fronius Wattpilot, why we produce this, why we are producing this product is PV surplus charging. Of course, we want to improve the self-consumption and we want to work towards the environmental friendly way. So with this Wattpilot, you can really, same like the Fronius Ohmpilot, you can use this to charge your electric vehicle based on your surplus energy. You can set up like that, so that it will charge only from the surplus. Of course, there is a minimum requirement for that. You need to have minimum 1.38 kilowatt so that the Wattpilot can start charging your car. But then the switch over between as soon as you have more, then it will increase the amperage step by step, and then it can charge with the more power up to 22 kilowatt hour. So it works as a step by step, and also it switch over from single phase to three phase automatically, because to some extent, after some extent, it has to turn from the one phase to three phase. For example, if the available power is like only 1.5 kilowatt, then there is no point in it is not possible to charge with the three phase. It has to charge with the one phase. So there you need to switch over from the single phase from the three phase to switch to one phase. So this is automatic. All you have to do is you have to set up the priority. And there is another mode called, there are two types of modes. These are all the possibilities, like the PV surplus charging and energy price variable energy price tariff based on the energy prices, or the simply charging options. These are all the options available. But when it comes to the charging modes, there are two modes, like the eco mode and the next trip mode. So this eco mode is the economical friendly. It will be combined from the PV surplus, and when it is available, it's also based on the variable energy tariff. You can charge, it will wait, it will first charge with the PV surplus. Still, if there is enough, if there is a more space or more battery available in your car, it will wait until the energy price go to the negative, or whatever you set. It's up to you. You can set it charge only when it is €1 or €2, 1 cent, 2 cent. It's based on your settings. Okay, that's the eco mode. On the other hand, there is a mode called next trip mode. So if you set up this next trip for example, tomorrow I want to go to a site to visit, like it's 100 kilometers away. I want to start at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. You can set it up like that. Here, in this case, all it cares is it doesn't matter how much I'm getting from the excess PV, how much I'm getting or charging from the grid when it is cheaper. It just makes sure that you have the enough charge ready to cover your distance. For example, when you set 100 kilometer, it will make sure that you have enough energy to reach this 100 kilometer, to reach and drive back home, of course, to reach this 100 kilometer at the given time. It doesn't matter where I'm taking the energy from. It doesn't has to be PV. It doesn't has to be the cheapest charging hour, cheapest electric price hour. It will just charge. Of course, the desired state of charge is at the desired time when the cost is low. If you are in Germany or Austria, but in future, I really hope that this function for the electricity tariff is implemented in all other countries. If it is possible, then we will implement this. Whenever we get the data, we will implement this into the Fronius Wattpilot. Then finally, there is the app. So there is a private or separate app. It's not the Solar Web, it's not the Solar Stat, it's called Solar Wattpilot. So there is a separate app. I'm not sure if it is available, but I think there is it is already available in the apps stores. But I don't think you can get access to it without the Wattpilot. You need a Wattpilot to commission and connect to it so that you can start testing. But as soon as we start selling the product, then you can connect your product to the connect your Wattpilot to the Solar Wattpilot app, and then you can try. This app is for commissioning the Wattpilot, and also it is useful for visualization. You can see how much I'm charging my battery, how much I'm sending to grid, or how much I'm getting it from the grid, or how much energy is coming from the. On the right hand side, you see a picture with a car. There you can see how much I'm charging from the grid, how much I'm charging from the sun, how much is from the battery, or vice versa, it can tell. So it is also useful for visualization, but also you can set up the charging modes, and also you can set up the amperage. Remember, I said the simply charging mode where you have to push the button in front of the Wattpilot. So it doesn't have to be like that. You can also set this amperage in your Wattpilot app. You can control the charging amperage in your app itself. So you can connect this app directly so that you can directly via internet, so that you can control the Wattpilot remotely. So you don't have to be next to the Wattpilot to change your charging current. So you can access from anywhere in the world. Both it is available in iOS and also the Android app stores. Then the sector integration, which is really we are looking forward to it, because the idea behind the Gen 24 plus inverter is integrating as much as possible to achieve the 24 hours of sun vision, because we want to use the sun energy for 24 hours, like for mobility, for cooking, for electricity need of the house, for heating, for example, everything. So that's the idea. So it is possible to integrate the Wattpilot when you have a battery, and also if you have a home pilot, it is possible to integrate everything into the system. And also you can change the priority in the Fronius Wattpilot app. For example, you can tell that, okay, priority one is my battery. Always make sure that my battery is full. For example, always make sure my battery is up to 30%, because I need this 30% for my everyday night consumption, for example. Then you can set up like that, so the Wattpilot will not take any energy to charge the car until the battery is charged up to the 30%, or whatever you said. It's up to you. And same way, you can also choose okay, I want my heating is the priority number 2. Then you can, so maybe it's a holiday or Saturday, then you can decide, okay, my battery and my home pilot is the priority 1 and 2, then my watt pilot. Then you can set up the priorities. Or if you decide to set my watt pilot is the priority 1, that's also possible. So it is possible in the app, you can set it up like that. When it comes to home pilot, you can set up your desired temperature so that the system, the Fronius inverter and the smart meter make sure that your battery is charged up to a certain level and your hot water is reaching up to a certain temperature before it send the charge to the it send the excess energy to charge your car using the Fronius Wattpilot. So that is really cool function. I know many of our customer has asking this for a long time. We also implemented the time dependent charging in the battery, but still this sector integration is something amazing where you can dynamically control, it's not dynamical, I can't say like that, where you can, what is the right word, where you can control remotely, remotely control the charging of your battery or the remotely control your watt pilot, so charging power of your car. Yeah, so that's a cool function. Yes, yeah, this is a screenshot from the, of course you have to, there are two things I forgot to mention. Number one, first you have to decide the priorities, and then you have to set up in the load management of the inverter interface. So if you want to put the home pilot and battery as a number one, or if you want to put the watt pilot as number one, you have to do this in your inverter interface. So inverter has to know which is my priority 1 and 2. And then you can change it in the app, Fronius Wattpilot app. You can change the threshold. That is possible. You can change the temperature threshold or the battery. That is possible. You cannot change my priority by sitting remotely in your office. You cannot change the inverter. That is not possible. Sorry for that, because you need to be at home, you need to access the interface page of the inverter to change the priority. If you want to shift the battery to number 2, home pilot to number 1, that is not possible remotely. That has to be done. Of course it is possible if you open the port forwarding, that's a different story, it's possible. But basically, I don't think anyone want to remotely play with changing from battery to home pilot. If you want to play like that, then you have to learn to control your router so that you can open the port in your router and then you can use that port to enter, which will allow you to technically allow you to work as if you are sitting at your home. I don't want to go very detailed in that direction. Sorry. If you have any questions, please feel free to call our tech support. We will definitely able to help you for port forwarding, opening a port in your router. That's possible. Or contact your network administrator. He will be able to help you very easily with that. But the main thing I wanted to convey here is changing the priorities. You have to be in the same network as the inverter. But changing the threshold, you don't have to be in the same network. You can simply change it in your Fronius Wattpilot app sitting in any part of the world. You can change the battery threshold or the home pilot temperature threshold or the surplus charging threshold, like charging power. You can change it using the app. Mm. One thing is availability. Well, it will be available in the European countries. Almost I can see all the countries, Nordic countries, Iceland, Sweden, yeah, all European countries. It is going to be available from May 2021. Then I think you can already contact your sales partners where you buy your inverter. Please contact them and place your orders for this device. Or you can also wait until you see the next webinar. Always you can find all the webinars in our website. You can also find my webinars and also the webinars from the Fronius International trainings team. You can find these webinars in our website. Please get registered and then you can listen to the installation and commissioning webinars for the Wattpilot, and then you can place your orders. So yeah, there is the link. You will all receive this presentation slide, and also you will receive a video link for the webinar today we carried out. So yeah, please please get in touch using the, if you want to get in touch with Fronius, please use this link to contact us, or many of you already know my contact detail, jayaraman.vinod@fronius.com. Please write to me or give me a call if you want more information. Then we'll see. Thank you very much for listening. I believe you all